Here we are for Monday Morning Dharma on what is today? Like a week from Christmas. So that means it's the 18th. Yeah. Okay. December 18th. Let's settle in for some meditation, please. Using whichever method you find most effective, please allow both your physical body and your mind to start to settle and rest, to become quiet and still. And when you're ready in your own time, please gently transition into meditation on the inner body. Please use this practice as a means of refuge, of true ultimate refuge. Become the silent observer of sensations that may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. No analysis is necessary. Analysis in this case is counterproductive. All that is asked of you is to observe silently. Move beyond taking refuge in your practice and take refuge in your mind, the nature of which is quiet stillness, spacious clarity, boundless, vast, unobstructed. Deep within the interior of the Gila wilderness, there is a mountain that has never been observed by human eyes. This mountain has consciousness. As such, you can know that all it does day after day, year after year, century after century is observe silently. Snow may fall on the mountain, accumulate, and then disappear. A nearby river may rise and then recede. A small animal may run across a fallen log and then jump into hiding. The mountain simply observes silently. No praise, no blame, no hope, no fear, no expectation. Your own awakening may not occur for several centuries. It may occur later this morning. It may occur somewhere in between. For now, just rest. Take refuge in the spacious clarity of your blue sky mind and simply observe silently. The intellect cannot see that which is beyond conceptual mind. You will never realize that which is uncreated through created dharmas. If you wish to attain or realize that which is beyond the intellect and is uncreated, then scrutinize your mind and strip awareness naked. Now, very gently, please redirect your awareness. Become aware again of this entity we've decided to label physical body, and allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of physical body. Become aware again of your surroundings inside the room that you're occupying. Deeper and deeper breaths, and become aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of nearby mountains, of nearby oceans, of nearby continents, of nearby planets. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation and Dharma talk to world peace. May all beings without exception enjoy an abundance of pure air and water, delicious, nutritious food, safe, warm, dry, reliable, affordable shelter, and comfortable, functional, attractive clothing. And with everyone's basic needs met, may we all enter and progress on wisdom paths that lead to complete and permanent liberation from all forms of suffering. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Welcome back, everyone. So we are continuing with our discussion of the second noble truth. You should abandon origins. If you wish to be free from suffering, the Buddha said, you should abandon origins. You should abandon the origins of suffering, which are the delusions, the deluded states of mind that are the real origins of suffering. We talked on Friday about two of the root delusions, very briefly, but kind of detailed enough, I think, for purposes of this go around. We talked about the two root delusions of anger and attachment, also known as desirous attachment. And this morning, I'd like to wade into the waters of the root delusion, the delusion from which all other delusions or confused states of mind, we might refer to them if we have aversion to the term delusion. The root delusion we're going to talk about is ignorance, and the antidote to the delusion of ignorance is wisdom, in particular, wisdom realizing emptiness. Now, I know that many of you on this call have received teachings on emptiness many times and still might be puzzling about it. in a lot of different forms, not sure what it means, not sure why it's important, not sure if it's a valid teaching. If those sorts of questions and doubts exist in your mind, it's totally understandable. And not only understandable, but I think good, because those sorts of questions, even doubts, uncertainty, means that you're giving it some consideration, that you're thinking about it and processing it. And I think those are really good, important steps toward coming to not only understand, not only appreciate, but to realize or experience wisdom realizing emptiness. My experience with these teachings were that, or was that, I received the teachings many times. I would say, when I was, getting started with, my study and practice of Dharma, maybe like 3 or 4 times a year, I would receive teachings from my various teachers on emptiness. And I was, just like, I felt like I was in a fog, kind of just like dreaming, kind of like this foggy dream. I was just like, I don't consider myself to be, too far below average in intelligence, but I just ain't getting this. I just don't see it. And all I can tell you is that at some point, I don't know well, I was about to say, I don't know if it's through osmosis, but it's through the force of familiarity. It's through the force of familiarity, just like repeated exposure to it. At some point, the tumblers just line up and it falls into place. And so if you're puzzling or even frustrated by this, please just hang in there and keep an open mind about ignorance and wisdom realizing emptiness. It'll come. If you stay with it, it will come, and you will enjoy the fruits of this. I think the most important realization that we can have, wisdom realizing emptiness, because if it's the antidote to the root delusion of ignorance, that means it's the antidote to all other delusions: desires, attachment, anger, jealousy, deluded pride, miserliness, self-centeredness, all the rest of it. They all go away once we realize wisdom, once we have an experience of wisdom realizing emptiness. So on Friday, we talked about truly good things and truly bad things. This is truly a good thing, or sorry, this is a truly good thing, and that is a truly bad thing. And we discussed, and hopefully you were compelled by the different lines of reasoning, that identifying something as being truly good or truly bad is subjective. It's a subjective creation of mind. It's good because our mind makes it so. We decide with our mind that it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. But with regard to it being a truly good thing, and again, I would invite you to please also feel free to use the words inherent synonymously with truly for purposes of these discussions. Truly, inherently, intrinsically, all interchangeable terms to point toward our grasping at things being really this way, truly a certain way. So, whereas with anger, also known as aversion, we regard the thing as being a truly bad thing. With attachment, we regard it as the thing as being a truly good thing. With ignorance, we kind of transcend truly good, truly bad, and just regard it as being truly this thing. it's an inherently existing thing. Sometimes the term is used an independently existing thing. And kind of they're not exactly the same term, but they kind of support one another. If the thing exists independently of everything else, doesn't need anything else to exist, not even causes, not even parts, then it must exist inherently from its own side, right? But we're go through the teachings on wisdom realizing emptiness, we come to see that even the existential nature of the thing is created by mind. It doesn't have independent or inherent existence from its own side. Through our mind, we bring the thing into existence. Tedda, we're going to come back to the white sand beach vacation example. And I think you guys know that I'm sort of revealing my own attachment to white sand beach vacations. But so we've got this. Tedda has said, okay, I'm going to take the white sand beach vacation because it's going to produce, well, we're moving beyond it being a happiness producing thing. We're just going to demonstrate or try to find is a better way to put it. We're going to try to find a truly existing white sand beach vacation. So Tedda says, okay, I'm on board. Send me there. And we say, okay, Tedda, we're going to send you to the Mojave Desert because there's white sand there for your white sand vacation. And she says, no, that's not going to work. The white sand is there, but there needs to be water as part of a white sand beach vacation. Like, okay, fair enough. In that case, we're going to send you, to the coast of Oregon. And your flight leaves on February 4th, right? And Tedda would probably say, no, 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 it's cold and cloudy there. No, white sand beach vacation has like sun and like scattered clouds and little guys delivering tropical drinks with parasols, in them, preferably like a coconut drinking vessel, right? That's a white sand beach vacation. So as you can see, hopefully we create this entity called white sand beach vacation with our mind, not just qualitatively, but existentially. We create it with our mind. Sometimes I use the expression, it's a made up idea. Everything's a made up idea. The chair that I'm sitting in, it looks to have independent existence. What you see is what you get. It appears to have inherent existence. It is inherently a chair, but when we look more closely, we find that the chair comes into existence in dependence upon its parts. There's a seat, there are legs, there's a back, there are, different parts that our mind assimilates, assimilates it, packages it, we label it chair, and just kind of go into this sleep mode of what you see is what you get. Inherently existing, independently existing chair. So it is with body. Body consists of parts, physical body, sense of self, everything else going through this really, really fast. And I'll develop this notion a little bit more on Friday, when we will talk about the interface. And this is really, really important. This was an insight that I had just recently within the last year or so about how non-duality, also known as interconnectedness, links up with emptiness. For me, non-duality, interconnectedness is easier to understand. So we're going to talk about that, and maybe that will lead to a deeper understanding and realization of wisdom realizing emptiness. So we'll save that for Friday next week. You guys, every December, just a quick announcement, every December, Lotus Center does a year-end fundraising campaign. In addition to being a yoga and meditation center, you may or may not know that Lotus Center has a number of different community service programs that we offer. Yoga in public schools, meditation in public schools, nonviolent communication trainings. We have the Daily Dharma blog. So lots of things that we do to try to support the community and alleviate suffering. So if you are in a position to and are so inclined to make a donation to our community-owned Lotus Center, we'd be very grateful for that. I'd be grateful if you gave it some consideration. Okay. Have a blessed day, you guys. I hope to see you on Friday.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.